live, but with no picture. And there we go. There's a picture. We have a picture. Say good morning, Gracie.
Good morning, Gracie.
Surprise! Bethany's here. Velocichungus is here. And lots of friends are coming in to say hi. We have some good mornings.
Good morning.
Lots of hellos this morning. Colleen's here and Saroja's here.
How's everybody doing today?
Mushroom Cat is here. Where am I? Hey Scott, love from the UK. I'm watching as I'm getting the bus home from school.
Oh, fun. I'm trying to decide how I want this hair to kind of frame.
Mushroom Girl says, hello, thank you for saving me from doom scrolling.
My pleasure.
Brandy B is here. That name is so long. We're just going to call them Omega says good morning. They've got school. Ash says good morning. Ryan's here. Victor's here. Good day from Sweden.
Good day. How is everybody?
Well, Smarty is very excited and is going to paint watercolor right now.
Fun.
Let's see. It's me was painting and it got ruined due to excess water.
Oh no. Well, you could always put more. Oh, unless you're not using good watercolor paper.
That could be the problem. Let's see. Aniro says hi from Germany.
Hello.
How do you get the inspiration to draw these?
Oh, photo reference. Here, I'll show you. I cropped out the nudie bits, but this is this one. Here's this one. So I bought some photo reference stock photos, and that's this one right here. So
With just some very different hair.
Yeah, I'm just picking out some different hair and trying to see what I want to do with it. I don't think I like that hairstyle this way, so it just seems a little
Looks like weird. A mustache on her forehead. I'm just... it's night my time, but good morning for you.
Good morning.
You guys are funny. Love from North Carolina. Velocichungus, maybe. Let's see. They want to know who you're drawing today.
Oh, I just showed the picture. No one in particular. It's just a photo from a stock photo reference that I got. And I'm just giving them some new hair.
Steph Nerd is here.
So I could do that kind of hair. They had nice curly hair, but I think...
Love from Pakistan.
Oh, hugs from the Hobbit hole.
Let's see. It is 9:07 in the morning where we are. Let's see. Hi, Scott. Love from Indonesia.
Oh, hello.
Morning from Bosnia. Leon's working on a mini landscape today in gouache.
Oh, fun.
How did you learn art and where did you go to school?
I learned art from just drawing every day. And I went to school in the Academy of Art in San Francisco.
Who is your hero or your inspiration?
My mom and my Uncle Ray.
Erica's here. How you doing, friend?
Hey, Erica.
Called off today because lower back pain. Oh, I'm sorry, hun. But you get to be here with us, so woohoo!
All right, so that is straight hair, but the model had curly hair, and I kind of like the curly hair. What do you think?
We'll see what everybody thinks. Let's see. Let's see. Lots of people got the notification, so they're joining in today.
Well, that's great.
There you go. Stormbringer says, I was drawing a mug in front of me the other day, and I can tell I wasn't drawing the pattern on it quite right, especially closer to the edge where it starts to visually wrap around. Any suggestions?
What was it?
I was drawing a mug in front of me the other day, and I can tell I wasn't drawing the pattern on it quite right, especially closer to the edge where it starts to visually wrap around. Any suggestions?
Oh, well, first of all, it doesn't have to be quite right. It's just a drawing. But secondly, if you are looking at a mug,
we can't really see that, hun.
Okay.
It's just too light. You want a pen?
Nope, I got a pen.
Okay.
Is that better?
That's much better. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Draw lines around the mug like that. See how they kind of go around? So now your pattern can follow that line, that wrapping around. So give yourself that visual cue if you need to. You can always erase it later. All right, let's see if I go and turn this into curly hair.
Red, there is a whole playlist of shorts that you can check out. And you can check onto Watercolor, and that'll help you with that, or gouache. Start there. If you had to choose a hobby other than art and painting, what would you choose?
A hobby?
Mm-hmm. He wouldn't, because he can't figure one out.
Yeah, I'm not really good at hobbies.
Really terrible at them, actually.
I mean, I play games.
Let's see.
Trying to see if I can make this hair curly.
You're doing all right today, Saroja. Let's see. What do you think is the hardest part about drawing?
I think proportions and likenesses.
Scott has tried digital art.
Yeah. There's a couple shorts on it.
What's your favorite type of hair to draw?
Long hair.
They all do like the curly stuff. The model is giving pre-Raphaelite vibes.
Yeah. A great bone structure.
Let's see. What are your favorite photographers? I'm having a hard time getting reference.
I don't have favorite photographers, though I was just, funny enough, looking up Annie Leibowitz's work, if you want to try them. I mean, I wasn't looking them up so much as I saw that, and I was like, I recognize that name. I saw a photograph by them, and let's see.
Let's see. Is there a point where you tried other types of art like sculptures?
Yeah, hopefully soon. Currently, I just don't have... I think there are some mediums like sculpting where you need to learn or like work with people who know how to do it, because I just don't think you could just learn about how the materials work and the firing of a kiln or making molds of things and then making all of that stuff. I just think is not something you could just kind of discover on your own. I think you can't just go and assume you're going to reinvent the wheel.
Anne Marie has joined us. Who's your favorite artist and why?
I don't have a singular favorite artist. I have several favorite artists. I got Patrick Nagel, Drew Struzan, John Buscema, J.C. Leyendecker, Sir Lawrence Almutadima. So I have tons of them, and I like them all for different reasons.
Let's see. What's your favorite video game?
Again, several of them, but right now we'll just say Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Nero asks, how many posters did you produce of the guild? Because you said you ordered too many of the Alliance.
Oh, I only produced a couple thousand of the guild. Yeah, I went. I listened, I think, a little too closely to what everybody was saying about the Alliance, and probably shouldn't have. All right, I need a new pen.
Uh-oh. A new zebra brush pen?
And then I'm going to take the tape off of this one and put it on this one. So you can see, can you guys see the difference in leads? Or in the tips?
Mm-hmm.
That one's really ruined.
All right. Sketch Rush got their first commission.
Congratulations!
Forgotten Doggo did a drawing of you.
Oh, thank you. Please tag me so I could see it.
Angela says, I've had my own struggles with hobbies, considering I have so many of them, but everyone has their personal preference, and I love that.
Yeah.
What type of paper are you using?
Oh, this is Arches. Cold press.
Mm-hmm. What pencil were you using?
Kuratoga Advance with 4H lead in it.
Who's your favorite Marvel character?
Spider-Man.
Let's see. Are you the type to listen to music or video essays while drawing, or do you prefer to work in silence?
I like music.
He does. And sometimes he plays it so loud I have to put headphones on. Pearly Craft says that happens to all my pens and I don't even do art.
It's just magically...
One Up Girl is here.
One Up Girl.
How much time does it usually take to do the hair?
Oh, it depends on the size of the page. These always, I can usually finish these paintings in half an hour or 90 minutes.
What size is that one? It looks like 6x9 or 6x12.
I don't know. It's 15 by 30 millimeters. Let me just see.
That doesn't help me.
Yeah. 5.9 by 11.8.
Yeah.
So essentially 6 by 12.
Yeah. It looked bigger to me than the ones you had done before.
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty good at eyeballing those.
You are.
What fine liner are you using?
This is a zebra brush pen. It is my favorite.
Why is it your favorite?
Because it is very brushy and penny.
It's
waterproof.
Is also, there you go. Thank you. Very brushy and very penny. Smarty pants this morning. I have free candy. Says my mom got into watercolors because of you.
Oh, I hope she's liking it.
I'm thinking of going to a high school that specializes in the arts, and I'm passionate about art, but I don't know if I want to go. Can you help me out with this?
There's a video I did about that. What was it called?
I have no idea.
It was Should I Be an Artist or something like that, or
I do not know. There have been so many videos, I cannot keep track of them all.
Should I Make Art a Career, I think is what it's called.
There you go.
Take a look at that. See if that helps. But you've got to, if this is what you want to do, you want to go to school for, you've got to love it.
Oh boy. If you could be the artist on another Spider-Man comic adaptation, what story would you choose?
I think I'd write my own. I had a story in mind at one point of so the Black Cat. Her power is basically bad luck, and so essentially she gives bad luck to everybody. And so I thought, in typical Peter Parker fashion, it'd be funny if all of her bad luck went to Peter Parker and everything was going against him as Spider-Man and everything like that. And so it was going to be called Spider-Man Luck or something along those lines. But I would probably write my own story like that. I wasn't happy with the story I was given when I did Spider-Man.
Hello from Wales, watching along while sewing a coat costume.
Oh, fun.
Hello from Scotland. What's your favorite sketchbook brand for markers?
The Ohuhu one that I was using in the Everything I Know About Markers video.
New Rule asks, why don't you do pure watercolor pieces without the inking, I mean?
Oh, they feel very thin. I don't like the just pencil. They feel very wishy-washy, I guess. But that's just me. Everybody's got their own preference.
Mm-hmm. What alcohol markers do you suggest to use? They are the medium I am best at.
I like the ones from Artbeak. There's a link on the art supplies we've tried on our website.
Let's see. Do you watch the art posts on your Discord, or it makes more sense to post them on Instagram and tag you, just in general?
I don't watch them. If I am tagged, I will look. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we don't want people to just tag me in literally everything they do. But if there's something specific, if you tag me, I'll usually see it. Mm-hmm. But I can't guarantee that I'm going to see something on Instagram, because Instagram tends to filter. You know, I get maybe 100 messages a day.
At least.
So it just tends to filter it, which I think it has to. You know, there's only so much one person can look at.
Mm-hmm. The rules channel is open when our mods have time to open it, but you can go in and answer the questions, and then when they get there, then they can let you in. Let's see. Do you recommend hemi-gouache?
Yeah, if you're a first-time user and you're on a budget, I would say, yeah, hemi-gouache actually wasn't bad. I was pleasantly surprised.
Let's see. I have not tried my fountain pen inks on Scott's paper. It is a little too bumpy, and the paper needs to be smooth for the fountain pen. Otherwise, it will ruin the nib of the pen. So the answer to that is no. And I won't be doing that anytime soon. How long does it take to finish a piece?
It depends. The guild took me 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. This piece will probably take me 90 minutes. Mm-hmm. It depends on the complexity and the size and, you know, how much thought I have to put into it. If I'm, you know, creating something more out of my head, then that takes longer. It's a lot of erasing and a lot of redoing and whatnot. If I'm just copying a sketch or copying a photograph, that usually takes less time. But like I said in my last video, is 95% of what I do is practice. That was Bethany.
That was not me.
That was the husband going.
Well, go take them out.
It's fine. It's probably forgotten I'm here.
Let's see. On that note, Chavi is starting a YouTube channel for art and stuff, and can you give them some tips?
Make the art that you like and be consistent.
Mm-hmm. Consistency is key.
Yeah.
Gianna, you are going to be watching him draw flowing hair right now, so stay tuned. Ellen has joined. Letter
Hey,
Lady
Ellen.
Z is here.
Hello, Letter Lady Z.
Oh my gosh. Only Art says, hi, I'm an artist and I've been drawing using only graphite for almost a year and I feel I want to switch to colored pencils. Is that okay?
Anything is okay. I will say this, as someone who was a professional colored pencil artist for decades, they're expensive and they're very limiting. So I wouldn't invest too much into it. I'd play around with it. I would also invest in some markers and blend them. Look at some of the videos I've been making about markers and colored pencils. They blend well together. But I would never dissuade you from working in a particular medium. I'm just speaking from experience that you can only take colored pencils so far. And so, I had wished that I had not stuck with them as long as I did. But they're definitely fun to use. Yeah.
Hindsight. I would not attempt to answer this for you, but my take would be no. Would you ever consider trying crocheting or knitting?
I have no interest in it, but I mean, I'm not afraid of it or anything.
For those of you who are having your questions answered by our lovely mods, they answer because I can't possibly get to every single question because right now there's 227 of you and that goes up and down over the course of the time that we're live. So if they answer you, please be kind to them because they're answering on our behalf and they are our friends and they know the answers to the questions.
Some of them are actually literally sitting here in the room.
Maybe.
Listening to the Star Wars soundtrack.
I tried mixing colored pencil with my watercolor, as I've seen you do, and it was the most fun I've had making a painting in ages. Thanks for the inspo.
Oh, that's fun. That's great.
What would you say is your most prized art tool?
I really like the Be Creative watercolor sketch pad. I think that one's fun.
Has there ever been an art medium that can become overstimulating or overwhelming? Because textured paper can do that to me sometimes. I wanted to know if that happens to you too.
Graphite and pastels, they've got a really squeaky feel to them and they get everywhere.
Let's see. Jamie Brown is here.
Hey, Jamie.
Okay. Ink Ivy would like to know if you would mind having your hair journal pieces being made into stained glass for practice only. I'm learning and that would be helpful.
Oh, absolutely. You guys, if you ever want to use my art for practice, if you ever want to copy it, if you ever want to use it for a tattoo or anything, you have my permission. I would just love to see how it came out. Mm-hmm. Just tag me when you're done.
Let's see.
And you don't have to, if you copy my art, you don't have to credit me. It's just polite, but I'm not going to sue anybody or anything like that.
No, that's my job. Just don't take his art and call it your art.
I was just saying, if you take my art and call it your art, I'm not going to sue you or anything.
If you copy it, that's fine. But just don't take his piece exactly identically and say it's yours.
If you do, I'm not going to have a problem with it. Unlike what Donna is saying, go ahead and do whatever you want to with it. I am totally fine with it. It is not polite, but we are not suing anybody over it, despite what Donna thinks that she's some tough person who's going to go suing people.
I'm saying just don't do it because it's not right.
Or you do it, and it's okay.
If it's
okay.
Okay, you're
Jeez.
Okay, fine. I'm just saying no.
No, it is totally okay. You have my permission. This is a legal endeavor, okay?
Oh, okay. There you go. How would you advise people who are questioning / unhappy at their career of 10 years, software development, but aren't sure what they want to do?
Oh, geez. That's tough. Have you thought of maybe staying in software development and moving maybe into something more fun, like say maybe gaming? You know, maybe you could try some programming for some game programming or something like that on the side and see if you like it. There's lots of work for stuff like that.
How do you fix marker mistakes? Because I have a big piece right now and it's looking pretty bad.
Oh, you could try gouache.
Aniro sent a tip and says, greetings to the Star Wars nerdy mod in the background.
Well, colored pencils with some blending, if you look at the marker one that I did of Mr. T, you'll see that I went and I brought in highlights with colored pencils and then I blended it. You could try that.
What would you say is your most expensive art tool or paint you have and have used every day?
My drawing table.
Okay. Gail, that is correct. Ryan says, took my daughter to the art store on Friday and she picks the face paint set. For sure, all the kids in the complex had painted faces this weekend.
That's cute.
What do you think your best watercolor painting is?
I like the Guild. I think I still like the trans piece. Maybe a little bit more. The Gothic Vampire is nice too, but I think I like the trans piece better.
Okay, a few people have come in late. What are you doing? Please tell them.
I'm currently inking
Inking what?
a piece of art.
Do you want to describe the piece of art?
It is a person with hair.
Okay.
Is this for?
I was thinking you were going to be like, it's an Art Nouveau inspired.
No, I'm just drawing.
Okay, fine. I'm trying to give them a little more, but you're not working with me today, like on any level.
That's okay.
Jeez, it's like pulling
some days
teeth.
you're just not on, dear.
No,
okay.
I'm on. You're weird today.
Okay.
Have you tried oil painting?
No, not since high school.
Do you have any tips for drawing hands or ears?
Yes. There are shorts for those, by the way.
Have you played the game Unpacking? I highly recommend it. It's very relaxing and beautiful. I've never even heard of that.
No, I haven't heard of it.
There was when did you do the color pencil thing? Was it last week?
Last week, yeah, like Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, so there's a video on colored pencils, and in that video last week, you can see Scott doing the blending.
Yeah, and in the marker one too.
No, they're specifically asking about colored pencils.
Oh, okay.
So you can see that from last week, and that will tell you, that will give you a
For
lot
those of you who don't know, I have been making almost exclusively videos, not shorts. So please, 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 if you're not seeing these, I've been making tons of videos.
longer form videos.
Yeah.
Is there any career you could suggest that includes art, as I'm very passionate about art?
Comic books, children's books, video games, animation,
Graphic design.
graphic design.
Architecture.
Yeah, architecture. I would maybe look at like art school curriculums and
I keep getting distracted from drawing because of Insta Reels, even though I want to draw. Can you give me advice?
Delete Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not healthy. All of the distractions you guys have. I know one of our boys deleted a bunch of the stuff off of
Phone.
their phone because they were just getting so much. They were losing so much time.
Okay, Scott is using a zebra brush pen. He outlined it in pencil first. He's going over it with the zebra brush pen, and it is on Arches paper.
Yeah, cold press watercolor paper.
Are you reading any comic books right now?
I am not. The last comic book I read, and I haven't finished the series, is this one called Castles in the Stars. And it's basically what if the space race happened in 1869 instead of 1969. And it's all done in watercolors, and it's beautiful. Is there more? Yeah. I really like it. I've only gotten like 2 books in.
What's your favorite painting you've done of an animal?
Of an animal? Probably the Animal Crackers movie poster.
Do you have a favorite video that you've done?
I think the one that I think speaks to me the most is My Art is a Mosaic. But I don't know if my favorite video. I don't know yet. Maybe the autism one.
Let's see. What's the best advice you would give to a beginner artist?
Draw everything every day.
Let's see. What are your favorite markers?
I like the Ohuhu ones, though the Artbeak ones are great too.
What do you think makes a comic book enjoyable?
Good story and good art.
What is your next big art project, for example, the Guild?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I have got some ideas of some stuff, but as artists, we get our hopes up that things are going to do well, or people are going to like one piece, and if they don't, then it kind of deflates us from doing other pieces. I'd be making new big pieces every month if there was a demand for them, if people like them or whatever. And I understand there's only so many posters people can buy, but I have a ton of ideas, but I'm really not motivated to make them at this point because the Guild just and the Alliance just did not sell well. So we'll see. We'll see.
What are the chances that Lucky 13 can get you to do a sketchbook based on the new Percy Jackson series?
Oh, very, very small. I have not watched it. It doesn't particularly interest me at this point. But never say never.
A lot of people have said that they like the longer videos.
Oh, good. Thank you.
What should this person do to improve their art after doing enough basics? I am thinking of learning anatomy, then shadows, and at what level should I learn anatomy?
It depends on if that's what you want to draw. Have you drawn just things? Have you drawn cars and buildings and dogs and cats and whatnot? Have you done the draw everything every day challenge? Well, it's not a challenge, but are you filling up your sketchbook with things?
Okay, let's see.
I would do the 1-minute figure drawing. There's a playlist for that too. If you want to do people.
Okay, if you guys are just putting in the chat, give me some advice for this. Please be specific. Like, I'm having trouble with shadows, or I'm having trouble with the water content in watercolor. Something
Yeah,
specific, not just tips.
And
Because
if the mods send you a link, that's the answer to your question.
Yeah.
In other words, I've already answered that, and here's a video
Yeah.
to explain it.
How do you determine the lighting for the hair? Reference?
Reference, yeah.
If you can't delete the apps, set a time limit on your phone settings or set a timer, Amy says. Yeah, that's a really good idea. There's really no reason though why you can't delete an app. Like, unless it's a medical app that you need, you don't need a social media app. You just don't need it.
Yeah.
And if it's really getting in your way, you can delete it. You can always access it on a desktop, or later when you've gotten a better handle on it. Let's see. Scott really hasn't read anything, so he can't really recommend anything at this point. What is the thing you most like to draw?
Oh, darn it. I stopped recording. Hold on. The thing, hair.
What are you painting today?
Just a person.
When did you discover your favorite art supplies, and what are they? And I'm going to stop you really quick there. There's a list on our website under the resources page of all of his favorite supplies, but when did you discover them?
Well, I mean, my favorite art supplies changed from almost decade to decade. I was colored pencils, and then I was markers, and then I was digital for a little bit. Then I was watercolors, then gouache, and
does it change over time?
I just get bored of stuff, and then I go, I think I'll try this now. And I keep coming back to the watercolors and ink, but even today I was almost like, I think I don't want to do this anymore. I might try this, but it really just depends.
Let's see. What recommendations do you have for overcoming perfectionism / the fear of messing up in art?
Oh, that's all psychological. So that's just coming to terms with the fact that your art is constantly evolving, and you have to kind of take a step back and look at your art over a period of time. And you also have to look at, so if you look at the video that I did called Watch My Art Grow Over 40 Years, you'll kind of see that first part. And then if you look at Friday's video where I talked about how 95% of my art, like, this is practice. This is not art. This is just practice. And if you stop trying to make every drawing that you do a work of art and you just look at it as practice, then I think that'll really help. But it's really a state of mind.
Do you have a favorite comic artist?
No, I have too many. I have John Buscema. I have Winsor McKay. I have Barry Windsor Smith. Off the top of my head.
Let's see. Are there mediums you haven't made art in yet that you would want to try if you had the chance?
Yeah, there's sculpting I'd like to try. And I think I'd like to try some sort of woodblock etching kind of thing. I think would be kind of fun.
You mentioned that about a week ago.
Yeah, and I think I'd also like to do stained glass.
I know where we can go to do that. Do you want to draw vehicles sometimes?
I don't ever want to draw vehicles, but I do from time to time.
Any advice on how to draw Art Nouveau or Art Deco?
Yes, copy artists from that movement. Mm-hmm. I studied Alphonse Mucha's work. I'd copy it, and then I started to apply elements of his work into my work.
Okay, I remember seeing David Finch recommend studying Bridgman's book at least 2 times from front to back. What's the ideal way to master color and light? Should I segment it via days and weeks?
I genuinely don't know. I never studied color and light to the point to I don't know of any books for it or anything. But if you do come up with something that you find useful, please share it with everybody. I get all of my reference from the photos, and then I get my inspirations as to how I use my color from artists that I admire. You know, I've not read any books on any kind of art. The only book that helped me with my art was the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way.
He has not read the Percy Jackson books.
No.
Do you have any tips for drawing folds on clothes?
Yes, there's a short for that.
Do you think I should do realistic or cartoony art?
It's whatever makes you happy.
Do you have advice for remembering highlights and shadows without reference?
No. No, I almost always use reference.
Do you ever think you'd do a painting of what the Guild Tavern might look like on the outside?
No.
As a dad, how would you deal with overstimulation from your kids when they were smaller?
Tell them to go see their mom.
That's an accurate statement. Let's see. I'm having trouble knowing how to draw Art Nouveau or Art Deco. I really want to learn because I do graphic design. I want to draw the way the old advertisements are.
Yeah, copy them.
Copy them, yeah.
Yeah. Copy them, steal from them.
Do you enjoy drawing faces more than drawing full body drawings? I see you do a lot of them and I'm just curious.
No, not really. It's just time. Like if you look at the guild was 37 full bodies. It took me 4 weeks to do. If I'm drawing something in 90 minutes, it's not impossible to do a whole body. It's just easier for me to do a portrait. So a lot of this was, is engineered, we'll say, for going live.
There are so many videos on markers, Connor, that you can see how he blends on those. My favorite one where he does a lot of blending is the Lizzo one because he blends the skin shades very, very well. We have not played Stardew Valley. What's your favorite animal to draw?
Probably a tiger.
Do you ever draw furries?
No furry in particular, no, but I do love drawing anthropomorphic characters.
Let's see. You are watching him draw hair, and there are videos on hair. The pen he's using is a zebra brush pen.
Yeah, so I could get thin lines or thick lines with it. See that?
If you're asking for things with people with shaky hands, I would check out Ashley Braven. She has some really, really good products that help for people who have shaky hands. She does a lot of things for disability, but specifically, I know she has some recommendations for things like that.
Also, you see, I'm resting my hand on the paper. And if you need to rest your hand on the paper, you don't want to smudge it, you can always put a paper towel down like that.
Scott is just chilling right now. There's no big project slated for anything. Do you think art changed your life?
No, I like to think I changed art's life.
You're such a nerd.
No, I don't think it changed my life. I think it defined my life in a lot of ways.
Poscas versus Ohuhus.
Ohuhus. Not a fan of Poscas.
I'm totally new to art, but I don't know where to start. Should I buy a sketchbook and some pencils or what?
Yes.
I know what your answer is going to be, but how do you draw so confidently with watercolors?
Watercolors are going to go wherever they're going to go, and there becomes a point where you stop trying to control them, and my control is the inking. That's my control. Once the watercolors come into play, they're going to just do whatever they want to. And so, and I think that is the beauty of them. So you kind of have to learn to let watercolors be messy and go over the lines and be chaotic.
Do you like what you're drawing every day for us?
No.
What is the most likely thing you would sculpt, or at least what would be the first thing?
Probably some sort of woman.
Did you use reference for the current painting?
Oh, yeah, I showed it earlier. Hold on. Here you go.
Would you ever do a collaboration with Sam Does Art?
If he ever responds to my emails, yeah. We've spoken about doing a collaboration, but
He's busy though.
yeah, Sam's a busy guy, and God bless him for it. So, but yeah, I would love to, but
I don't know what this is. Could you tell me the purpose of a watercolor paperboard?
watercolor paper board.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know if I know what that is either.
I used to have a lot of fun painting when I started, but nowadays I just feel scared if I can make a good piece, and that's not fun. Any advice?
You don't try to make a good piece. Make bad pieces. You're there's no judges. There's no requirements for you to make good art. Make bad art. What's scary about making bad art?
Scott doesn't paint on canvas. Shelby wants to draw but can't find references that they like. You got any advice?
Yeah, there's references under resources on my website, free and paid.
Have you read the Walking Dead comics before?
No, I'm just not a zombie kind of person. I do have Kirkman's Invincible series, and it was okay at first. I stopped reading it after, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not really a Kirkman fan, but that's just me.
Do you like Animal Crossing?
Not particularly. I like my games to have a story and more of a like a storyline and whatnot. I'm not really a kind of cozy gaming kind of thing. That said, I like the what was this one again?
Tiny Glade.
Tiny Glade. I like that, but again, I don't. Me personally, I don't think I would play it to play it. I like it for the for just giving me inspiration to draw.
All right, let's see. Gail is asking as a jump off to the question about the drawing the guild from the outside. What if you created it in Tiny Glade once it's available for the masses, and then maybe create a piece from that?
Oh, that's a good idea.
You're watching him shade with a zebra brush pen right now and making the colors in the hair, making the things in the hair.
Yeah, so as I'm feathering, see where the lines get thinner and lighter? That's the highlight. And then here's the shadow.
What should I do with insults of my artwork?
Block them. And if they're in person, ignore them and don't talk to those people anymore.
Do you like manga?
Not particularly. I was in a bit of a manga place when I was in my early 20s. But that was 30 years ago.
Can you use an oil pad for watercolors?
I don't know what an oil pad is.
Neither.
Bethany, do you know? Or
Not really, but I mean, in general, oil and water don't mix. So my
I would think
base
not.
answer is going to say no.
Have you ever used a colored pen for the drawing part, like instead of a zebra brush pen, so it has colored lines and not black?
I have not. It's not a bad idea, but I
You'd
just,
have to find a waterproof one.
yeah, I'm sure Zebra has them, but
You think it's unwise to use gel pens for inking?
I don't think it's unwise at all if they are waterproof or if you're going to do it on top of the painting. You don't need waterproof pens if you're going to do the inking after you do the painting.
Let's see. What watercolors do you use?
I use Winsor & Newton.
I got the zebra brush pens. Do you have any recommendations for drawing with them?
I think there's a short for that, but just practice. You'll be fine. Don't push down too hard and keep it at an angle. You don't want to push straight down. You'll bend the nib.
How do you do shading with watercolor?
I've got a couple of videos on that, especially for like skin tones, but I like to use purple. But you're going to always work light to dark. So you want to do your lightest things first. Come in with the shadows are the last thing you're going to do.
Which medium do you like the most?
It changes day to day, but we'll say watercolor for now.
What is the character's gender?
Oh, well, the model was definitely female. But I try not to assign genders to my art.
Santa's here and says happy Monday, everyone.
Hey, Santa.
How are you, friend? You're getting ready for a little trip. Do you like Zelda?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the game.
Do you play Elder Scrolls Online?
No.
Let's see. How do you draw these paintings if the reference is completely different? She doesn't have long hair.
I'm just making it up. You know, I where is it? You saw I drew out kind of the where I wanted the hair to go, and just making up the rest. It's just hair, you know. It's not. I think I've drawn enough hair to where I feel comfortable doing it. But if you're new to it and you don't feel comfortable, then I would find reference of hair that you like and then just kind of match it up. Mix and match your reference.
How many times do you make mistakes in your art?
100 times a piece. I make a lot of mistakes.
What do I do if I have art block?
There's a short on that, but I would look at the video I made on Friday, and then there's also a short on that. But essentially just, artists should never have art block. In other words, they should be making art every day and not, Like this isn't something that I'm gonna probably not even keep. It's just practice. It's just something to do. I can just find a photo and draw it. I can just look at something and draw it, and that's my drawing for the day. I don't have to be inspired to make a piece of art. It's kind of like saying, look at us as photographers. You don't have to be inspired to be a photographer. You can just go around and take pictures of whatever you see. And then every once in a while you'll get inspired, or you'll see something that inspires you and you'll take that magical photograph. But you're still taking pictures every day. Even though maybe once a month you might be inspired and find that perfect photo or pose your character, whatever it might be. But that's the way I look at art, is I'm still drawing every day. Drawing. Boom, I found inspiration. Or boom, a piece really inspired me to expand on that. Or maybe just a piece just comes out really good. Like the trans piece was in the hair journal, and it's just a sketch in a sketchbook, but it's become one of the pieces that I really seem to like.
I'm wanting to become an art teacher. Would you recommend I go to an art school, or should I just go to a state college or university? I'm already 31, so I feel like I'm running out of time.
I don't think you're running out of time at all. I think if you want to be an art teacher, I will say this. A school isn't going to care where you went to school, whether you went to art school or regular school. They're just going to care about whether you have a degree. So I would say it doesn't matter if you can get a degree to be able to teach and have some sort of art major or minor or something. I think you'll be okay. Schools care more about degrees than they do about talent or training.
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to do just a quick sweep on this. Okay, you're going to find on our website, because a lot of you are asking very similar questions. So for everybody who's asking about photo reference, there is on the resources pages of our website, there are some suggestions on where Scott finds his photo reference, along with some pieces, I believe, that you put up there, right? Free pieces. There's also a resource page on all of the art supplies that Scott uses, and a resource page on all the art supplies that he's tried. So you can go up there and you can see everything that he's using. And if you can't get what he has there, maybe you can match up something with whatever country that you're in and see if you can find something there. So hopefully that will answer a bunch of those questions for you guys. Let's see. Do you ever think you would stop using ink?
Oh, absolutely. I went through a gouache phase where I did an ink. I will 100% stop using ink at some point, and then I might pick it back up again.
Did you have reference for the dynamic lighting in the Gothic vampire piece?
No. And there's a video on it, or short, where the lighting was actually the opposite. The lighting was coming from the back, and I had to change all of the lighting.
Can you use watercolor paper for colored pencils?
You could, but it's just going to be very bumpy. You could use cold press watercolor paper, but it's really, it's going to be a waste of good watercolor paper.
Is it important to learn anatomy, or just proportions and the basic idea of the body will be enough?
It depends on what you're doing. If you're doing cartoons, yeah, the basics will be enough. If you're doing landscapes, you don't have to learn anatomy at all. It just depends on what you're doing. If you're doing comic book characters, you're doing very realistic characters, then yeah, you're going to want to do as much studying of the human anatomy as possible. It really depends on what you plan on doing with your career. If you're going to be an illustrator or a comic book artist, I'd learn how to draw everything. cars, buildings, people, everything. If you're going to be an architect, I don't think you need to learn how to do people.
I don't know how you can answer this, but how do you see the blues, greens, pinks, and purples in skin?
I'm going to make a video on that, or at least I'm trying to. I've got photo reference to show and to talk about, but it's there. It's just hard to explain on a live, but I'm still trying to figure out how to explain it, and I'm going to try to do it visually. So hopefully this week I will make a video about that.
You've never used the Gamblin paints, have you?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, or Maymer Blue, Maymera Blue. I mean, I don't even heard that one.
It makes watercolor.
I don't know. So I don't think he'd be able to tell you how those compare to Winsor & Newton because we really haven't used those. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. It's a Monday morning, and I've got a lot of stuff on my mind, but I'm doing okay. I hope everybody's doing good too.
Let's see. Do you think you like what you draw?
I would say I never know. Like right now, I'm kind of iffy on this piece, but I don't care because if I don't like it, it's okay. It's not for anything, and I think I've learned to stop putting that kind of pressure. You want to like everything you draw, especially spending time on it. You want to like it, and even more so, you want other people to like it too. But you have no control over that. You don't have control over whether what you draw is going to be something you like. You don't have any control over if what you draw other people are going to like. And learning to let go of that and just making art because making art makes you happy, then that's the most important thing. And that's been very hard for me to just be happy with the process of making art. It is not an easy thing to let go because we put so high of expectations on ourselves and our work. Well, I should be better at this by now, or I should like my work, and why aren't other people liking my work? And I thought this was my best piece, and yet no one's liking it. And all of that stuff is human nature, and that's why I'm very open about my feelings about this and about art and about I liked my work or I didn't like my work today or I made more mistakes, and because I want you guys to know that you're not alone. I tend to like my art and then not like it, and then or start off not liking it and then wind up going, well, actually I kind of like it now. But I would say 8 times out of 10 I go, it was just practice, and then I move on.
That's accurate. Do you have any cheaper sketchbook recommendations?
Strathmore makes good sketchbooks for just pencils and stuff. That's what I use. I'll usually get them over at Michael's when they're like buy one, get one free.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you need to only use one medium on each painting or mix and match with other mediums?
I always mix and match. If you look at my colored pencil video, if you look at my gouache videos, if you look at my marker videos, even when I'm saying this is everything I know about markers, I'm still using colored pencils. Or if I'm saying this is everything I know about gouache, I'm still using colored pencils, and colored pencils, I'm using markers. So I tend to mix and match. This is ink and watercolor.
Hey, Scott, should someone who is very talented at drawing make it a career?
Only if they want to. There's a video on should I make art a career. I would watch that.
Do you prefer portrait or landscape?
Depends. It all depends on the subject.
Let's see. How do you get better gradient effects in your drawing with watercolors?
Layers. And start with lighter to darker.
What are your thoughts on classical music?
Not a fan.
There's a video on My Art is a Mosaic. That is how Scott found his art style.
It's already 10 o'clock?
Yes.
Jeez.
Did you not hear it go?
Huh?
Did you not hear the clock go?
I thought it was the 9:30 one. I just remember there was a
Going
clock.
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had a period where you stopped doing art? If so, how did you remove the rust and get back into it?
Yeah, I took 10 years off from making art. And I tried getting back by doing colored pencils again and went, oh, nope, hate it, don't like it. And I decided I was going to teach myself watercolors. And it was really bumpy, really rocky. But I eventually, came up with something that I liked. But definitely trying something different helped rather than going back to what I had already been doing.
I bought the Guild and I'm so excited for the coloring page. Is there a way we can share how we color it?
First of all, thank you. And second of all, we have a Discord, or you could just post it to your socials and tag me.
Mm-hmm. How do you mix colors to get the perfect painting?
I don't. I've never done a perfect painting, so I wouldn't know how. But there is a video on skin tones, if that helps.
Which is better worth for your money? Paint from the tubes or a palette? And is there any other way to dry watercolor if you don't have a heat gun or a hair dryer?
I think tubes are better. You definitely get more
bang for your buck.
Yeah. And no, if you can't, then just wait. If you don't have a blow dryer, then just wait. You'll be okay.
Do you watch Bob Ross?
No, I never really got into him. I'm not a fan of oils or landscapes. If Bob Ross was drawing Spider-Man, I'd have watched him religiously.
Okay, there is a video on how to find your art style. You can check that out. UDB have draws. Where do you go when you need a brain break or to look at other artists' work? Is there a gallery you return to over and over?
No. I have like a artist that I follow on socials, really. But I wish there was a gallery I could go to. I wish we lived near like the Met or something like that. But no, we have the Frisk, but there's not like standing art that's always there or something.
Rotating exhibits. That makes it difficult.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to try Art Nouveau. Oh, yeah. He's not going to do this. Can you break it down into techniques that I have to learn? By the way, I have no experience in painting.
Oh, no, I wish I could.
That's.
I would
is there
go
a book
through...
on Art Nouveau?
No, I mean, there might be. But, like I'm not a book reader when it comes to art. I would look through some of my videos and see if they help. Because, like, I talk about different techniques and Art Nouveau and whatnot, but, like, I've never broken it down in that way.
None likes. I don't know what kind of paper you're talking about. Unless it says watercolor paper. They found paper for oil and acrylics, and they want to know if they can use watercolor on that paper.
You could try, but my recommendation is always use watercolor on watercolor paper. If there's one medium that needs specific paper, it's watercolor. Everything else, you can kind of, you know, like you can paint oils on almost anything, acrylics on almost anything, gouache on almost anything. Even colored pencils will go on regular paper, and you'll get different effects. But watercolor really needs something it can soak into.
If you're looking for information on animal faces, check out the 30 Days of National Animals. Scott,
Yeah, there's also a video on short on how to draw animals that just essentially just talks about the book that I would recommend.
We are dog people. Who's your favorite modern musical artist?
There's Keen and Stereophonics. There is a band called 07 I'm listening a lot to. That's my currents.
Where can I watch your movie?
Oh, Netflix. Only on Netflix. I've seen some pirated DVDs and whatnot. I would stay away from that.
Would you ever consider coming to Australia?
Absolutely.
What is the pen you're using for inking?
This is a zebra brush pen.
Scott has sketched people in public. Do you like it when you do that?
I will always take a photograph first because people move. You know, it's not like people are sitting still. I always find it funny. There's that person who does those drawings of people on the subway, and he does these like 3-hour drawings, like the person is sat still the whole time, and I don't know if anybody actually believes that person actually is doing those live or not, or because they all seem staged whenever they come up on my FYP, but
they do look a little staged to me. I'm like, there's no way you could do something that detailed in,
you know, and
a 10-minute ride.
Yeah, but it's just in the real world, people are moving. They get off the subway. They only go on for one station, and you just don't know. So I always take a photograph.
My high school teacher taught me crayon before other mediums. Do you recommend this?
I don't recommend any one thing over another. I think so long as you're making art and you're happy, that's all that matters. There's no right or wrong way of anything.
Do you hate oil pastels?
As much as I can, yeah. I think I'm only going to be able to get done with the inking today.
Yeah, a couple people have asked, are you even going to get to the watercolors?
Yeah, I mean, the watercolors isn't going to take very long, but I could always save it for Wednesday if I need to. But I think I just needed to just kind of...
Okay, this is funny. So the mods, like the person asked if we'd ever go to Australia, and both Bethany and Stefnerd put in, yeah, they'd like to go, but Donna's terrified of spiders, so... It's funny.
It's like, according to the internet...
yeah, Donna's never going.
According to the internet, Australia is the spider capital of the world.
Like, they float down from, like, the...
They drop down from heaven.
Air. Yeah, no. Not gonna happen. No.
I think when the plane's landing, you have to go through the spider clouds.
I would be like, you can just leave me on this plane and just turn it around.
They've got like a big spray when the plane lands. They spray off all the spiders,
No, I wouldn't even get off the plane. No, you would have to literally unbolt my seat to get me off the plane. No. You guys. All right. Is it good that I don't draw anything original? I studied anatomy, but only use that to make the job easier. I just draw anime characters from reference. I have my style to it, but I don't know.
It is absolutely good that you are doing what makes you happy. Art, look, if you're not trying to make art your career and you're just drawing to make yourself happy, what does it matter? That's like saying, is it good that I only sing, from music, songs that I hear on the radio? I'm not writing my own songs. Who cares? Are you planning on becoming a musician or a songwriter? No, then who cares? Just make art that makes you happy. You don't need to do anything in particular. You're allowed to just make art for you.
Okay. He has way too many art supplies to even quantify that. UDB draws. What is the best paint medium for beginners? Acrylics, watercolors?
There's no best, but I think watercolors are the cheapest and easiest to get into. You could try hemi-gouache, is pretty good.
I'm 11 years old and I want to share one of my artworks to Scott. Please tell me how to do it.
We have a Discord. Or if you post online, you can tag me.
Are you using non-waterproof ink?
No, I'm using waterproof ink.
Just go outside. Not going to happen. They want a Jason Voorhees teddy bear. Not going to happen.
Oh, we never know. It was one of the ones that we
know.
that we do because we made them. We made the.
No.
We just have to see if it becomes something that we wind up doing.
Yeah, I don't think so. It wasn't looking good. No, I didn't like the spider one. No, no, I didn't watch that. I covered my eyes for that one. I've got a question for you. How do you decide where to put the stencil?
I just lay it down.
No, but I mean, you literally put the stencil in the middle. Like, why didn't you choose?
I didn't. I put it on the left side, and then when I'm done, I'm going to add the last little bit.
No. But look, there's some over the top and there's some over the bottom. Why did you choose that particular section of the stencil?
Oh, just because I didn't want it, because it ends. So I didn't want any of the endings to in any way be on the paper. So there's no ending on the side, this side, this side. It's only on the one side. So the least amount of endings.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know why you... I've always wanted to ask that, and I keep forgetting because we get sidetracked all the time.
It took years of training to come up with that technique.
Okay, look, smarty pants. I didn't know why you picked it. I just was...
I know.
It's just interesting to me. Yeah, I don't... If you could do anything other than art, what would it be?
Music.
What do you like to draw other than hair?
I like to draw places when I'm out. Like I'd like to go to like Scotland or something, or go tour Greece and Italy, and places that I've never been to, and fill up my sketchbook with things like that. I think that would be really fun. I'm always a little intimidated by it, but just sitting down and drawing, I start to relax.
Yeah. You do that like even when we're out, like if we go out to eat or something, and
Yeah.
You pull out your little sketch wallet and you'll draw there. What do you like to draw other than hair?
You just asked that.
Oh, did I? Sorry. Do you ever get hate? If you do, how do you cope with it?
Yeah, I get it every day. I don't want to get a divorce, but I just learned to ignore her. If you're talking about my art, though, I block it. You don't have to. You don't have to listen to people when they're being mean to you. You don't. You don't owe anybody your time or their opinion. You just don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was ignoring you. Like the hate you were talking about.
Okay, maybe divorce is an option.
You can be a smarty pants. I can be a smarty pants. Oh. And Scott was no longer going to be live on Wednesday. Do you think you would come to India?
Yeah, we were supposed to. I was working on an Indian film. It lost its funding, but
As they do.
yeah, but I was supposed to come out to India a couple years ago.
All right. So now I have to be a mom, and I have to say, if the mods answer you, please don't give them any static or junk-munka or
Hate.
yeah, or hate. Because if they answer you, it's because they know what they're talking about and they're answering questions for us. And if you continue to be mean to them, I'm going to have to block you.
Why would anybody be mean to somebody
because
here in this
they
live?
don't want to hear from the mods. They want to hear from you
They don't
specifically.
believe us. They think I'm sitting back
They
here making
think
things up.
correct. They think that the mods are like
Yeah,
they
Bethany
don't really
is
know.
literally sitting in the
She's
room
sitting
with
in the
us.
Hobbit hole. Like I could hit her with a piece of paper if I wadded it up. I could.
She has.
Yeah, but only when you bug me. Okay, so daily.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. That's okay. You make me ship, I hit you with paper. It's fair.
You know, if you guys really need me to answer something and you're not getting it on the live, leave a comment on one of the videos and hopefully I'll be able to see it.
Yeah, but just please be nice.
Yeah, but
I
always
mean,
be nice.
Yeah, be nice to the mods. They're helping us.
Plus, they have block buttons.
Yeah, they do. And we've encouraged them to use
They'll
them.
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to, because if they block you, I'll never see your comment again. Okay? Don't piss off the mods.
Yeah,
We don't
please
like using
don't.
them. We like keeping things friendly.
Yeah.
We
Stay around.
do.
Let's have a good time.
Is your favorite Prismacolor the black cherry?
No.
It's the
Dark
purple.
dark purple.
Dark purple. Okay, I keep getting confused. All right. To be honest, that's true. I want to hear it from Scott. You guys, I love that you want to hear from him, but there's no way when thousands of you come on the live that he can possibly answer every question. He just can't. I wish he could. I really do. And we try to answer as many questions as possible, but there's no way. Is there an art museum you will never do?
Not for like moral reasons or anything like that.
Maybe because we can't get there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's an art museum in North Korea or Russia that I can't go
Yeah,
to.
there we
or,
go. Yeah, we could do
You
that.
know, I don't know if I'll ever make it to China,
Yeah.
but yeah, I it wouldn't be for any reasons other than finances or, you know, sanctions or something like that.
Yeah, or you actually can't go there. Okay, can you put a link into the Discord? A lot of people are asking, please and thank you. Thank you. Bethany's going to put a link into the Discord. You will get into the Discord because our mods who mod here also mod the Discord. Now we are going to leave this live and we are going to go upstairs and we're going to do shipping. So at some point this week, you will be let into the Discord because you have to read the rules. You have to agree to the rules and then you'll be let in. But just take a chill pill. We'll get there. I promise. And then you can
And you gotta be nice.
post in there. Yeah. And you have to be nice because I will bop you out of Discord if you're not nice. Because Mama does that. I'll pull out my mom gene. Are you on Instagram?
I am.
There are links to all the socials on the website too, you guys. We're on
Yeah, if you just go to
everything.
the About Scott
Oh yeah, on your did you put
on
them all
YouTube.
on YouTube?
Yeah, everything's on the YouTube
Okay, so
channel too.
yeah, go to the About on here and then you'll find it all there. All the links will be there.
Okay, almost done.
Do you have any tips on public speaking?
Oh gosh, avoid it. Yeah, I'm not a great public speaker. Just a pro tip: don't ask autistic people for tips on pro speaking. Just in general.
Let's see.
Okay.
Chavi, there are videos on that: eyes, hair, noses, ears, all that stuff. So check the videos, and you'll find tons of those. I love the microfine liners. What's your favorite size to use?
I am using the 0.005, though I just got the 003,
Too small.
which Donna really loves.
I can't stand those. They're too small. I can't even see it. I can't even see the tip on that. It drives me crazy. And that's with my glasses on. What advice would you give your younger audience of 17-year-olds?
Draw everything every day. Don't try to draw out of your head. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but if you're trying to improve your drawing ability, draw what you see.
Do you prefer shorts or videos?
I think shorts are easier to make, and so I prefer something that's easier to make, but I'm enjoying making the videos. I don't feel as rushed.
I used a 180 GSM paper for gouache, but the paper just got destroyed. Is it because of the paper or the gouache?
Was it taped down? I mean, it shouldn't really destroy it. Did you tape it down?
180 GSM, is that enough paper? Is that thick enough for gouache?
It just depends on if it was taped down.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh gosh, I don't know where we would go to in India if we had a chance to go. We'd have to do some research on it and see the things that we would want to see. And also, it also would depend if we were going there for work, if we were going there for pleasure. You know,
I think the thing that scares me the most about going anywhere is the crowds.
Yeah.
So I would just be looking to see what would be the least crowded.
Do you ever combine drawing references to make something completely new?
All the time.
Favorite painting you've done?
We'll say the hair journal trans piece.
Ellen, I bet Donna would journal with a chisel tip marker if she could. Aw, I love you, Ellen. I so would.
All right.
I love the big fat. I was just looking at the pens yesterday and doing like the 30 inks, 30 days. And I just love that 1.1 millimeter stub. I just love it so much. Big, wide, juicy ink strokes. So pretty. So pretty. Okay, the alternative to the zebra brush pen, if you can't get that where you are, Tombow Fudenosuke pens. Try those. Okay, if you go to the channel on the Discord and you answer all of the questions, you will be let in by our mods when we have time to let you in. Thank you. Yes.
And I have shipping to do today.
We are shipping today among a million other things. So, Danielle, what do you mean newbies at the age of 36? What are you asking?
Art advice for newbies starting out.
Oh.
Piggybacking off the 17-year-old question.
Ah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, just draw everything every day. There's some videos on that. There's playlists on that. Again, I've been making a lot of longer form videos. So let me just show you guys real quick before we go.
And remember, Grandma Moses didn't start painting until she was in her 70s. So it is never late.
Okay, so I've got what should you do when you don't know what to draw. I've got literally everything I know about gouache. I've got literally everything I know about markers. What should you draw? Why you should always do turnarounds. Everything I know about colored pencils. I have got fixing an inking disaster with gouache. What the heck is negative space? There's no such thing as cheating. finding inspiration. What do I do when your art's having a bad hair day? Should I pursue a career in art? What's more important, talent or training? How to draw eyes. Overstimulation with autism and drawing people. But there are videos on this, and
Lots of them.
please check them out. Okay, I think we're done for now. I will either finish it or wait until Wednesday. But sorry, I think going to the curly hair definitely extended how long of amount of inking I was going to do.
Yeah, but then when you pulled out the stencil, I
thanks.
knew we were never hitting watercolor today. All right. My favorite color to write with is writer's blood. Scott does not still work in comics. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Triceratops.
Ellen, I did get it cleaned out. Didn't get it re-inked because somewhere along the line the nib keeps falling out. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think it's completely broken. Art Beak for the markers are the ones that you recommend.
Yeah, check a look in my under resources, art supplies we've tried.
Best paper for pencil and charcoals.
Anything will work fine. Strathmore paper is fine.
Okay. And we're going to wrap it up with that today, guys, because we have a lot of shipping to do today. And
The guild posters are going out
finishing
today.
it. Yep. The first of the guild
All of
posters.
them are going out today.
The first of them are going out today. All right. So we will see everybody on Wednesday, unless Scott has an accident and doesn't make it to Wednesday. And yeah, have a great Monday, guys.
Bye, everybody.